In this video, we look at the simple scenario where an attacker injects a malicious payload into the HTTP host header to bypass application access control to perform administrative actions without having valid admin credentials. For the purpose of this video, we use a lab from Web Security Academy called Host Header Authentication Bypass. Okay, so let's begin. Here is the lab, Host Header Authentication Bypass. What we need to do here is first we need to get the access of the admin panel. Okay, and once we get that, we have to delete the user account named Carlos. Okay, so let's start by accessing the lab. Okay, so here is the web application, you can see. Okay, so we can see that there's no place of admin panel here. Okay, so to find that, we have to go to the check with robot.txt file. Okay, let's see we can find it or not. robots.txt, hit enter. You can see that there's an URL which contains /admin, okay, which has been disallowed by the web application. Okay, so at present we know that there's a /admin portal. So for accessing that, we will go to and do the same. Instead of robots.txt, we will enter admin, and before hit enter, just make sure your intercept is on and you have to hit enter on it. See, there's a get request containing /admin here. Okay, so once we forward the request, let's see what's happening here. There's an interesting thing we can see here is admin interface only available to local users. Means if we are a local user, we can get access of the admin panel. So before getting the access, we have to first check that is there any host header injection or not. If there's an host header injection, then only we can go with the authentication bypass, right? So for that, we will check with first we go to the home page. Okay, just a minute, I have to forward the request. All requests are forwarded, and here is the get request of the home page of there. So under the host, we have to replace it with some website, like I'm taking abc.com. okay, and let's see what's happening here. Oh, before that, I will go with again refreshing the page. That will be good enough, and then I'm going to forward. I guess this is the request. Yes, this is the request. So abc.com, I'm just replacing the host name. Okay, click on forward, and you can see their page opened just like earlier. Okay, there's no changes on their web application, though we changed the host while sending the request, the get request. Okay, now we can say that there's a possibility of host header authentication bypass over here. So we have to make sure that we can tell web application that we are the local users and we need the admin panel access. So to do that, we will first turn off the intercept mode, and we'll again have to go to type /admin and intercept on. Just hit on this URL. Here you can see the get request contains /admin, and what we are going to do is we will change this host to local host. Now we click on forward, and here it is. The first step has been completed, which is first we have to gain the admin panel access, and here it is. We are having the admin panel here and 2 users are there. Okay, and according to the lab, we have to delete this user named Carlos. Okay, now I am going to turn off this intercept. Okay, the thing is, we have just manipulated the web application, okay, by just typing localhost in the host section. Okay, the host header, we replaced their actual host with localhost, so that the web application things like we are the local user here. Okay, now the second stage is we have to delete the user. So before doing that, we'll put the intercept mode on and then click on delete. We have to get the request, entire request here. Okay, just a minute, forward, here it is, admin/delete query username equals Carlos. Okay, we again have to replace this as localhost so that we can easily delete the user. We will replace it with localhost and click on forward, and here we go. We have successfully solved the lab. So like this, you can search for web applications and you can go with the host header authentication bypass to get the access of the admin panel.